Hello everyone, I'm the Neon Guy, and welcome to my first video of 2020. It's a bit of a negative one. If you haven't seen in the title already, or my thumbnail, I don't enjoy anime conventions as much as I used to. Now, disclaimer before I start explaining why. I still really enjoy anime conventions. Despite the things that I'm going to name off, I do have fun at them, but I find that as time goes on, I'm enjoying them less and less and more unwilling to go to them. So I'm going to name off 3 things, particularly, on why I stopped enjoying anime conventions. And the first one is the pricing. If you haven't gone to an anime convention, just know that these things can get really, really expensive. And veterans, yeah, they're used to that. I'm used to that. But I'm noticing more and more that these things, they're getting more and more expensive as the years go on. Like, ticket prices are getting more expensive, hotels are getting more expensive, and I understand that there's a lot that goes into these conventions. They need to rent out the venues, they need to pay their guests, other factors, but I feel like a lot of the pricing is being put on the attendees and not the convention itself. Like, I'm sure if I were to look up like conventions and how things are run, like Anime Matsuri in Houston is an example of terrible leadership and money gouging and stuff like that. That guy, he's awful. He's an awful person, and he's just one example of someone who he pockets money all the time, and that gets relayed on the guests of the convention. And I feel that with some other conventions too. Not all of them do this, of course. And the reason I bring up pricing is because 2019, I went to 2 conventions, Dallas Comic Con and Anime Fest 2019. When I went to Comic Con, I noticed immediately that every single thing had a price. You had to pay for your pass. You had to pay to get in early. You had to pay to get an autograph. Yes, an autograph. To have someone sign a piece of paper that you bring in, you got to pay them $20 to $50. Depends on who it is. And the reason I know that is because I sat in line for like 2 hours to meet Colin Clinkenbeard, voice of Monkey D. Luffy currently. And nice lady, real sweet. But she's one of the people that I had to pay to have her sign. But I didn't do it because honestly I wasn't really aware that that was a thing that they were doing, and it was a real bummer that I had to walk away from that line after sitting there for 2 hours. And gonna put this out, I actually got into the convention for free because of a friend of mine. But if I had paid for that badge, that would have been like $60. Like $50, $60 right there just to get in. Just to wait in line. Just to wait in another line. To pay $30 to get an autograph. And that's ridiculous. It's like every little thing is being monetized now. And the reason I also bring up Anime Fest is because I saw the same thing. They didn't have many guests there, but the guests that were there, they were charging $30 for an autograph. And Anime Fest isn't necessarily cheap to get in either. I actually paid to get in that one. So if I wanted to get that autograph, that's an extra $30 on my pocket for an autograph. And it's ridiculous. Which I guess transitions into my next thing that I find that I don't enjoy conventions for much anymore. A real lack of things to do. Again, bringing up Comic-Con and Anime Fest. While I did have my fun there, the reason I had fun was because I was with friends. But if I were there by myself, I would honestly just be really bored. Like Comic-Con especially, there was like little to do. Everything was in one room. And again, everything costs money. So if you want to do anything at the convention you paid to get into, you gotta pay more money to do something there. Outside of hanging out with people. And while Anime Fest wasn't the same situation, I did notice that, again, there's just a real lack of things to do. And as someone who likes art, who likes comics, who likes cosplay, who likes media, who likes behind the scene things, who likes hearing how voice actors got the jobs that they have. I just found myself uninterested in all of this stuff, and I don't really know what it is. Like, I do go to those panels and stuff, but I don't really find out anything interesting or stuff that would help. I don't know. And the last point I want to bring up is the atmosphere. Now, what do I mean by the atmosphere? The overall attitude that people bring to these conventions, like, for the most part, a lot of people are positive, but the negative people kind of compensate for that positivity, is what I'm saying. Like, for example, different convention, I think it was A-Kon. I met this Sailor Moon cosplayer. She had a really nice cosplay, and I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And she was just absolutely mean-spirited and negative. It's like, oh, I'm only here because my boyfriend wanted to be here. I don't even want to be around you nerds. And I wasn't the only one who heard that. There was like 7 other guys, at least, who like wanted to take her picture and stuff. But they were just like, just as confused as I was. Because like, so you're here in cosplay with your boyfriend who clearly likes Sailor Moon, and you don't want to be around us nerds. None of that adds up. And they probably broke up like that night or something. Who knows? And outside of like just negative people and their negative attitudes, like, which again, not trying to say like everyone's mean, everyone's nasty. I find like most of the time people are like real chill, real friendly. But another thing that's becoming a growing problem is the smell. Just the overall rank smell in these places. So, bringing up Anime Fest again. And honestly, several other conventions I can mention, but this is just the most recent one I've been to as I'm recording this video. I was there with some friends. I wish they were here so they can like back me up on this, but trust me, they were in the line to get their badges, so I decided to wait with them. And day one of the convention, Thursday, not even that crowded. We were surrounded by people, and it's just absolute rank. These people apparently don't shower in general, and this is a growing problem. And I don't know if anyone else has ever been in a building where just at least half of the attendees don't use soap, but that really just brings down your mood. You're just like, oh my god, I'm so happy, and I'm enjoying myself, and then next thing you know, you smell armpit and ass, and you're just like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. That's how I felt being in that line, being in the dealer's room, and the less I say about the rave, the better. But yeah. So money, atmosphere, and you know, just a lack of things to do is the reason I'm finding myself enjoying conventions less than I used to. I'm also getting older, so maybe I get more jaded. Who knows? But yeah, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest for a really long time. And I've been struggling with it because I was just like, maybe it's just one convention. Maybe it's just the one I've been to. I've been to several conventions in the last couple of years, and I find myself feeling the same about them. I'm kind of hoping that changes for the better. We'll have to see what 2020 in the future holds. But until then, yeah, those are 3 primary things that really make me enjoying conventions less and making me want to go to them less. Because I'm thinking to myself, you know, hanging out with friends and meeting random people is fine, but I can do that outside of anime conventions without spending $50, $60 just to get in the building. So, yeah, I guess conventions, step up your game. Also, like huge conventions like Comic-Con and stuff that have like these 3, 4, 5 hour long waits and lines for things. Can we try to mitigate that in some way, shape, or form, please? No one wants to stand in line for that long. So anyway, I'm done ranting. I don't usually do videos like this, but you know, if you guys are interested, please leave a like below, maybe comment. I can do more stuff like this easily, but yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I'll have more videos later this year, I promise. So So until next time, I'll catch you later. John A., I'll see you around.